right. I'm a couple minutes early. Just trying to get myself together over here. All right. We are getting ourselves together. Getting all my beverages in a row. Got some amazing topics I cannot wait to cover with everybody tonight. It's going to be great. I cannot wait. Great topics tonight. Drop me a hello if you're in here. I'd love to. Hey, Chad. Good evening to you. Day Springs World, hello. How are you? Sorry, just getting all my technology together. All right. All right, I think I have all my technology together. We still got about another. That there. Okay. All right. I hope everyone is having a fine evening. Man, I got some really, really good topics tonight. I cannot wait to discuss. And of course, guys, if you have anything that you want to add, Steve, how's it going, buddy? If you have anything you want to add, of course, drop it in the comments. My family likes the house cold during the summer. I gotta wear a hoodie on the inside. Can you believe that? Got the air conditioners rocking. I have my glasses that my grandson ripped off of my head, and he broke the arm of that one. But I still love. I can't go get new ones because every time I put them on, I think of him. So yeah, here we are. Until these break, I won't get new ones. I'm that kind of guy. Oh, the weather is perfect there. What's the weather there, Chad? And where are you at? Dollar Tree glass. Yeah, that's what these are. My grandson just smacked them, and they fell off me. Boy, I got some great content tonight. I think anyway. You know, what I do if you haven't joined us live stream before is I get questions all the time in my DMs, and I write them down when I get closer to doing a live stream. And then questions I see in Eliminate Wisconsin, mid-70s. Yeah, that's about perfect. Yep, can't argue with that one. And then I question through the various groups I'm in, and I just kind of write them down. And then and other questions, particularly through our Discord group. I got some great content off of that today, talking to the guys in Discord. Can you give me a sound check before I begin? Do I sound okay, gentlemen? To let me know. Nice tea, okay, we'll put that down. That's a list. Let me know about the sound check, because obviously I have all the sound down in my components, so I can't hear myself, so it doesn't give back any feedback. So I never know how it sounds. Okay. Well, one of the questions that came up in Lemonade Slingers group was what to do with leftover lemons. Yeah, honestly, guys, it's relatively easy. As for me, you know, I'm fortunate enough to have concession stands with, you know, reach-ins and different coolers and such. I think keeping them in a cooler or refrigerator is probably the best way to go about it. If you do that, you seem to preserve the life longer than as opposed to, you know, to freezing them. If you freeze them, I'm sorry, I'm getting like all kinds of comments from various Facebook groups in here, and I'm trying to disable that. Okay. Um, I like to refrigerate mine. At least get. I think that gives you another 2-3 weeks out of it, and really extends the life of the lemon, limes, oranges, whatever you want to use. If other fruits, whatever, that's what you're going to use. So I would recommend always a refrigerator for that. Seems to extend the life on the lemons. Okay, I get this a lot, but I had someone in particularly send me a DM and wanted to know what foods should they sell with their lemonade. Couple different things here, guys. Okay, look, and I'm really glad that fellow lemonade vendors are wanting to sell other foods to increase their profits, because I think we're kind of, if you're not, I think you're kind of missing a boat there a little bit of potential profits for your family. So if you're by yourself, okay, and you're just doing lemonade, the first option had to be hot dogs, right? Because all you need is a hot dog roller and a turkey roaster and or crock pot. You put the dogs on a roller. When they get done, you put them in a turkey roaster or the crock pot, and that right there, and that will give you an additional food to sell. Now look, if your main thing is lemons on the hot dogs, now it's really up to you if you want to how gourmetish, I guess, you want to get with the hot dogs. But I think if you just do a good dog, I'm not talking no bar ass or anything like that, right? Just get the bar ass, or don't get the bar ass. Just cook a good hot dog, an all beef dog, and that's what you need. Now I use the Sam's Club blue box hot dog. Now if I was to do hot dogs as my main component, I would do like a Hebrew National or something like that, something really, really good. But Sam's blue box hot dogs are, I think, just a great way to go. Mustard and ketchup really is all you need if lemonades are your main thing. Okay, so hot dogs are great to sell with lemonade. In addition to nachos and pretzels. Now, this is again if you're by yourself. If you have more people, you can add other things into this. Nachos and pretzels is great. Pretzels probably want to have 2 people, 1 person working the register and maybe helping move products to the front. Pretzels only take 30 seconds in a microwave. You have your cheese warmed up there, and it's great. Okay, planning on doing snow cone and lemonade in the Sunshine State. Man, you will do great because obviously not a lot of cold weather in Florida. Like for us up here in Missouri, we got to deal with cold weather, so we got to do some different things business-wise, hot chocolate and other things like that to supplement money during the colder months. But if you're down in Florida or Georgia, like my buddy Steve is, man, that's an all-year deal with lemonade and snow cones. Man, I love snow cones. It's one of my favorite things that we sell, just because the profit margin is absolutely amazing. No, Steve, I've never tried buffalo wing sauce and pretzels. We just do nacho cheese or cinnamon and sugar with caramel. Just do it, serve it 2 ways, keep it simple, and that's the way we do it. So hot dogs would be like the first choice I would do if I was to do something different or something else with my lemonade. And now, here's another thing. I talk about this a lot, guys. Having prepackaged foods out there is really important. All you need is a rack. Stick some chips up there. Now look, you have hot dog. Now you've got lemonades, of course. Now you've got chips. I mean, you're just, man, your ticket price from, let's just say you serve a lemonade for $5. Your ticket price is now up to $11, $12 per customer. You doubled and maybe even went 3 times on, depending on how much you charge for your ticket for each customer. And your cost isn't going up like incrementally, like a huge amount. So highly recommend adding food to your lemonade. But if I was to, do it one person, hot dog, nachos would be number two. If you get someone else to help you, pretzels would be my third. Okay. What kind of bun, Chad asked, do we use? Honestly, buddy, I just buy the normal bun from Sam's Club. They come in a pack of 16, I believe. And that's what we use. Nothing special because we are not a hot dog cart, right? We are not just a hot dog vendor. This is a supplement to already pre-existing lemonade business. No need to get too fancy. Have a bunch of overhead. So that's what I would do. And I just use a normal hot dog buns from Sam's. Really cheap. I mean, when I say cheap, they're not bad buns. Affordable. People use the word cheap and think it's bad. I'm sorry. Highly affordable. These buns they keep your bottom line low. And they're great, man. Honestly, fantastic. I want to give a shout out to Doug. He's in a Lemonade Slingers group. And this week he got a permanent location. I don't know if Doug's watching this or will watch it in the future, but Doug, shout out to you. And that led me to a topic, what I want to talk about, having a permanent spot versus traveling. I mean, really, guys, if you have a good permanent spot, and good is relative to you, right? Good is relative to the income you want to make. I can't tell you what good is, and no one else can. Only you can tell yourself that. But if you have a spot that is regular and permanent and is good, yeah, you stay with that as opposed to traveling. Because you will build a customer base through time at a permanent location. And you will see your repeats and your triples and your quadruples of people coming back day after day, week after week. So those are, what we really need to be focusing on if you can get that. So that's what that is, permanent spot versus traveling. I mean, it's really no comparison, my friends. If you can get that permanent location, I don't care if it's a farmer's market, whatever, as long as it's good and good to you, it's really not even a question. So again, shout out to Doug Norton. Got a permanent spot this week. I'm so happy for you, buddy. And I hope you see this because I think you're a great guy, Doug. Gas station parking lots. I mean, I wasn't going to talk about locations because I make plenty of videos on that. Gas station parking lots are fantastic. Can't tell you how gas station parking lots have done well for us through the years, particularly if you're a kettle corn vendor. Man, if you're a kettle corn vendor and you're at the gas station, you're popping a kettle corn off to the side, right? And then you're handing out samples of people walking in, and at the gas pump, you give the gas station a little cut, or you do it as a fundraiser, which is even better. I have little kids running in and out through their various sports teams, right? Doing the count. Gas stations are amazing, Steve. Thank you for bringing that up. All right, we've already covered 3 topics. And so if you're just coming out, you're coming in, thank you for joining. You'll have to rewatch to see the first part of it. Next, sponsors for your business. I saw this in a Lemonade Facebook group. And this gentleman, he put that he had sponsors for his lemonade stand. And what he did was he put their banner up, right? I believe they're a tree cutting service that sponsors this gentleman. And the comments in the group I found were actually hilarious. No offense if you made any of these comments, I'm sorry. But people were upset and said you shouldn't be... Dave Spring, I'll come right back to your question after I finish this topic, okay? So hold on there, Daisy Spring. Where were the sponsors? So he got a sponsor. What they do is they pay for his booth fee, okay? How awesome is that? To have a sponsor and they pay your booth fee, that opens you up to a whole new realm of different possibilities of events you can get into that's not coming out of your pocket. And all you got to do is put up some kind of banner or sign for this company. That's awesome, man. That is awesome. If you can highly recommend getting a sponsor. And if you can get them to buy cups and put your logo and their logo on it, now you don't have to pay for cups, lids, straws, whatever. Oh my goodness, that's a huge amount of money you're saving and more profit you are going to make. It's going to be incredible. So if you can get a sponsor, man, I believe you should definitely do that. It can help you in so many ways. Now, me, myself, I've never had the chance to get a sponsor, but I never really went out and got one. Now, in hindsight, I probably should have, right? I probably should have went out and got a sponsor because they do so many great things for your company. So I think us as vendors, sometimes we're very prideful, and that's okay as long as your pride doesn't, and your ego doesn't get in the way of your bottom line. And some of the comments I saw were like, I would never do that. I'll stand on my own. I stand on my own 2 feet. Guys, it's a business, my friends. You're trying to make money for you and your family and give you a better life. So getting a sponsor is extremely intelligent, I think. All right, Daisy, let me go to this. Day Springs. I kept saying Daisy. Sorry. Day Springs. How much would you sell lemonade 16 ounce for when competitors are selling kombucha? I have no idea what kombucha is, so someone would have to tell me what kombucha is because I have no idea. They sell it for $6 for a 12 ounce and 5 to 7 for OJ. Hello, Ohio 4x4. What's up, my friend? I don't know what kombucha is, so I can't help you there, Day Springs. But how much would I sell a 16 ounce? Well, I do 24 ounce, and that's really about rotting cabbage. What? It's an organic fizzy drink health craze. It's not your competition then, Day Springs, and it's nothing to worry about. Okay, Verna, I just brought up one of your things earlier, so if you missed it, one of the things you asked me to talk about. So let me finish this with Day Spring. Okay, that's not your competitor, Day Spring, even though they are, look, they're selling a beverage at an event, and they have a different price than you, right? It's not your competitor because that's a health product. Lemonade isn't really a health product, even if you're doing an all fruit lemonade. It really isn't. Now, when I say OG, fresh squeezed OJ, yeah, that's probably a competitor. Well, the best thing to do against competitors, here's a few things to get yourself better than your competitors. If you're already at an event and they're there, some of these things you can't do because you need to see what they're about first. But first thing is price match. Okay? Price match. Number 2. Now look guys, this is just what I do. I'm not telling anyone to do or not do this, but if they are using syrups or something like that to flavor their lemonades, well, I use fruit and I use that against them. I make sure our signage specifically says we use fruit, we don't use syrup. You know what's going in your lemonade. If you're using syrup, there are probably a bunch of ingredients can't pronounce. Nothing is wrong with syrup. Look, I don't care, guys, how you make them. It don't matter to me. I just care if you're making money for your family. I'm just telling you what I do, okay? So I would price match or undercut them, number 1. And number 2, I would tell them, on my signage that we're selling a fresh fruit. We use blueberries instead of a blue syrup to make our lemonade flavorful, and I highlight that. So in my mind, I'm giving my customers a better value, and I think that's been shown in sales for me, that the customers feel that way too. If you provide your customer with a better value than what your competitors are, you'll beat them. Now, if they have a nice trailer and a nice food truck with a bunch of lights and music, and you're in a nice tent, I get it, and all things are equal, they're serving the same kind of product you are, same pricing structure, they're gonna get you and they're gonna beat you. And I know people argue with me till Cows come home, so all I can do is speak upon my experience. I had a nice tent, beautiful setup. Still, it was very tough to compete with trailers and food trucks. They have the lights and the music. People are kind of drawn to that versus a tent, in my experience. So, Daisy, for that very long explanation I just gave you, against a health beverage, not your competitor, don't worry about it. The OJ, that's probably a different deal. It is a fruit drink. If they're first squeezing it, that is your competitor, and you may have to price match, buddy. You may have to do something. You can't stand pat when you're going against a competitor. Business is fluid. It's sometimes fluid by the second or by the minute or by the job. And so you may have to make changes right then. So they're not taking money from your family. All right. Hey, Tanisha, how are you? Ohio 4x4, I said hello to you. Yeah, all that stuff. Anything to bring in people like Steve is saying in here. And I want to thank Steve for helping out tonight. I know he has a job tomorrow, but he's taking his time out to help me moderate and answer questions. So I do appreciate that, Steve. I want to let you know that. Man to man. I appreciate you helping me out here, buddy. So price match or undercut. You silence the overedge competition, fresh fruit. Yeah, all that stuff, Day Spring. Anything to set yourself apart. Next, my buddy Steve is going to love this one. Okay. Creativity. I made a video about it this week, okay? I think it was this week. I think I made a video about how being too creative can kill your business. And let me talk about that for a second. I think there's a difference between being too creative, large selection, and your cost. Nothing wrong with having a large selection of flavors to give your customers a lot of options, okay? Nothing wrong with that at all. That's perfect, that's fine, that's great. However, what I found when I did the same thing years ago was that I had a lot of bottles when I did syrups, okay? I had a lot of bottles collecting dust. And I would sell like my top 5 or 6, and they would sell really good. And then I have a few that I'd make a couple, 3 or 4 or 5 at an event. Then I have a couple, or more than a couple, that I'd sell maybe 1 at an event, maybe 2. And then some, I'd sell 1 or 2 every other 3 events. So I put all this money into these flavors that just didn't move. And it's idle money. It's just sitting there. Life is great, and you can hold on to those or whatever. But I started eliminating them, and I did my snow cone flavors too. So my snow cone people out there, this will probably be really relevant to you, along with the lemonade people that do a lot of flavors. All I'm saying is nothing wrong with being creative, right? We have to be creative in our business. We have to, okay? But I think there's a fine line between being too creative and having idle money sitting on a shelf collecting dust. And you know this. If you go to your storeroom or whatever, and you see dust on the bottle, baby, you know that's idle money. That's money you could have spent. Now, nothing you can do about it now. You got the bottle. Just don't re-up. Just don't order those flavors and start trimming the fat and eliminating the stuff that doesn't sell, okay? And what I did, just me, again, all I can speak on is my experience. I limited my flavors down to like 5, okay? I use 5 flavors, and that's it. Now, do I give them as wide a selection as other people? No, but I think it evens, more than evens out, because I don't have idle money sitting in stuff that's not working. And when it comes to sizes of cups, this doesn't really affect the lemonade guys, because usually we're either 32 ounce or 24 ounce, and that's, I know guys will sell bigger sizes and stuff, but primarily we're one size for us as lemonade vendors. But snow cone guys, man, we got 8 ounce, 12 ounce, 24, 32 ounce. I took mine down to one size on my snow cones, and man, we have been so much better for it. No money in other cups or anything, one size, and it has been amazing for us. So all I'm saying is nothing wrong with being creative, But it's your bottom line that matters, guys. We are businessmen and women. And if you got stuff collecting dust, don't re-up. Don't do it. You know, stay with what is selling. Let me get to some of these topics and questions that have come through. Kevin Coolin says, my lemonade recipe, 16.9 ounces of water, 4 lemon, 2 ounces, finest called bar, syrup, and third. Yeah, I mean, Kevin, that sounds like a great recipe. I mean, you're right on par with most people. Yeah, that's nothing right there. Pickle Fest, we did 75 dill pickle lemonades. All right, that's going to take me to one of my topics. And as a matter of fact, see this right here. Excuse my nasty handwriting. Pickle. I saw something, now I can't remember if this was a lemonade group or the snow cone group, or I know it wasn't my kettle corn group. Okay. Going to make pickle juice snow cones or lemonade. I think it was snow cones. Maybe. It could have been a lemonade group. Whatever. They were going to buy the pickle syrup. Why, guys? Let me talk to you like you're sitting across the table from me, and we're having an adult beverage and having an adult business conversation. Why on earth are you buying pickle syrup? Why are you not buying the big jars of pickle, having some paper wraps or tinfoil wraps and a pair of tongs, sell the pickles, doggone it, and then use the juice to make whatever product you want to make? Why are you spending money on something like that when you can double, triple, quadruple your revenue just by buying the big pickle jars with the pickles in them? Someone, please educate me as to why we would do that over not buying the pickles. It's right there for you. You're going to make 4 times your money off doing that. I mean, if I'm wrong, Lordy, I don't want to be right, because that's how we do it. I'm not saying I'm not saying how I do it's the best way or the right way. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is I'm just basing this in all my videos and live streams, and when I just talk to people in various groups, all I can go off of is my experience alone. So please don't take as what I'm saying it's the only way or the right way. That's not true. There's 100 ways to skin a cat. I'm just saying, from my perspective, why buy pickle syrup when you can just buy the big jars of pickles and sell them and use the pickle juice? Make 4 times your revenue. I don't know. Maybe. I'm crazy. Where do I get the pickles from? Chad wants to know. I get the pickles from, oh man, you can get them from Sam's Club. You can get them from Restaurant Depot. Oh man, you can get them probably from Walmart, actually. I think Walmart even sells the big things of pickles. So that's what we do. Anywhere, any kind of wholesaler will sell you those, man. Doesn't matter. Okay. If you have topics you want to talk about, please drop them in the comments. Buddy, more of this. You are on here a lot, and you're on the live streams, and I really appreciate you for watching, my friend. You always come in and comment and add to the discussion, and I really appreciate you, Morvis. Okay, my local Sam's has a good sized barrel of big dark pickles for $20. There you go. Listen to my man Morvis on there. Quadruple your revenue. Don't buy the pickle syrup. I mean, you can. I don't know why you would, but you could. But why? How do I get to a school concession stand? Well, that would almost take a whole live stream in itself, but I'll do it in a nutshell. Contact the PTA boosters. Depending on high school, elementary school. Elementary schools are a lot easier to get to. Okay, you want to get elementary school stuff, which I highly recommend, guys. Elementary schools have stuff going year round. Parent-teacher night, back-to-school picnics, Christmas stuff, right? Elementary schools are amazing. Okay, here's how you start with elementary schools. You contact the PTA president and treasurer, okay? You email those people. You look for events that they have, on your whatever elementary school's Facebook page, whatever, school calendar, whatever it is, okay? You contact them, you send them an email, say you'd love to be at their events, you'll give them X percentage for getting in there. Typically, you'll be the only vendor. All my elementary schools have had me in through the city. I think we got 16 elementary schools, maybe even 18 now in my town. It's growing rapidly, and it's just amazing to get in. So highly recommend that. Email PTA President and Booster Club and get into those events. If you want to do a much deeper discussion on how to get these contracts, I'm just going to say this right here. I don't want to go too much further. People hire me. I own a consulting business where I help vendors get big contracts to high schools, big youth sports parks. I charge $25 a half hour, $40 an hour, and we go through all the processes. I can send you my contracts, how you can use them to get into businesses. But in a nutshell, contact the PTA president and treasurer and email them. Okay. Credit cards. Well, let me go through some of the comments first. Okay. Dayspring says, I like to call one Mom's Lemonade for a simple honey feeling rather than lemonade stand. I like that, Daysprings. I think anytime we can use a name that hits home, that makes people turn, I think that's great. Mom's Lemonade, you know, I think it's a great name. You know, you may want to not call it your business lemonade in case you get into other things. Maybe, I don't know, Mom's Concessions. I don't know. I'm just throwing. I'd have to think on that. But I love that you would have a name that hits home. Everybody has a mama, baby. Everybody has a mama. So, yeah, I think that's great. I think it's a great idea. All right, let me see. Okay. All right, next on this list. Okay. This came actually from Steve. You can thank Steve. He's in our Discord server. His name is Pulp Man. And if you're not in our Discord server, I'm being honest with you, I think you're missing out. Our Discord server isn't necessarily for beginners. A lot of us have been in business a long time in our Discord server, and it's more advanced techniques and discussions. Versus if you're in any of these Facebook groups, it's more like, how do I make lemonade? What flavor should I add? We don't really see that in our Discord group. It's much deeper discussions and more business related discussions. So if you're not in our Discord group, you should be. And I'll put a link after this whole video. I'll put a link in the description or in the comments on how to get into our Discord server. Okay. This is a great thing that Steve brought up. And guys, I've been doing this 14 years and I have never ever done this. It's never even occurred to me. And so what Steve does, he gives lemonades out. Okay? I know. Hold on, boys. Hold on, boys. If we're going to be giving stuff out, hear me out here. Okay? Steve gives out lemonades to the gatekeepers at events, right? The coordinators, and various other people that work for the event, around the event. Now, I didn't ask Steve this. He could probably comment whether he has his name on his cups. But even if you don't have your advertising or your brand on your cups, what a great way. I mean, guys, you're spending $5 and you're handing out these 5 or 6 lemonades, right? And for free. Okay, you're getting them away. I know Steve is nuts, but it's a great idea. You're giving these lemonades away for free. What a great advertisement, particularly if your cups look great. I'm not talking about the logo and design. I'm talking about the way your product looks in a cup. When people walk by the gatekeepers and they're drinking that lemonade, what do you think they're going to ask them when they come through? Where'd you get that lemonade at? And what are they going to do? they're going to point directly to you because number one, you gave it to them for free. Number two, it's a delicious product. And in business, I think it's very important that we strike a win-win as much as possible, right? A win-win where you're giving out free lemonades, they're happy, they're getting a great, delicious beverage from you, and you're getting great advertisement from them carrying your cup around. Steve, I thought it was a brilliant idea, and I am really upset at myself that I never actually have done that. Too stingy, maybe, thinking of the bottom line too much about giving stuff away. I think we do that a lot as food vendors because we're so concerned with our bottom line, which we should be. But this is a great advertisement, I would say, to add to your advertisement budget, is to give these away for free and let the people see them, and great advertisement. So Steve, thank you for bringing that up in Discord today. We're gonna, product placement is what we're gonna call that, because Walmart does it, right? They place products at the front they want you to buy. Grocery stores do it. Product placement, this is no different than, I mean, except we're giving it away for free, of course, but this is no different than that. We're putting it right in the customer's face where they can see it. And I bet Steve makes 10, 15 times his money for giving those out, maybe even 20% off that. It's great. See, some of the comments are rolling through here. Yeah. Labeled on those cups. I think labeled on cups is a fine idea. I got no problem with it. I never ran with it. I just did regular cups. I can see reasons not to have it. But I think the bottom line to this particular point about product placement is get it in the right people's hands so other people see it. Okay? All right. Credit cards. Let's talk about credit cards. And okay, now look, I used to use Clover. I used to use Clover. Okay. And I switched from Clover 5-6 years ago to Square, and it has been a great decision on our company's part to switch. And number one, Square is cheaper. Clover has problems with Wi-Fi, like when we do big high school events, and we're inside the concession at a high school, and the Wi-Fi gets shoddy with everyone using up the Wi-Fi. Clover had a problem with it. Square did not. But enough to that part. How about adding costs? Like, we all know we're charged a fee, right, for using the credit cards. And everyone probably does it a different way. Are you ready for this? I don't add anything. For me, it's cost of doing business. If a customer comes and pays credit versus cash, I don't charge them $1 extra. I eat it. I eat the cost, right? I don't upcharge my products to accommodate for the debit and credit cards. Just me, I could be wrong doing it this way, but it's the way we've always done it. Nothing makes me as a consumer more aggravated than when I go somewhere and they want to charge me more for using my debit card. That really upsets me because, like it or not, right or wrong, that's what's going on. All right, there's a lot of debit and credit card being used there, and I personally don't charge anything. My prices are standard. I raise my prices upon the cost of goods from my suppliers and my labor costs. Right, minimum wage continues to go up here in Missouri. Imagine across the country, I reckon. And my cost of goods went up this year. So I will increase prices to that. But to nickel and dime, personally, me, nickel and dime my customers on debit and credit, I won't do it because I like to think like a consumer at times and not a business owner. What do I want when I go up to my locations? What do I want to see as a consumer, right? And one thing I do not want to see is an extra surcharge right there at the window. Now, I will say this. If you want to have a minimum, I don't have a problem with that. If you want to be like, hey, you got to order at least $5 to use your debit card, okay. I think that's fair. I don't have a problem with that. Personally, I haven't done it, but I wouldn't. I'm not opposed to it. But to add additional surcharge, no. So when somebody asks me, how do I, you know, absorb those costs? I just absorb them, baby. Part of doing business for our company. That's it. Cost of doing business. Okay, let's hear some of these comments here. I got them on my computer because hard to see on my phone. Gas consumption can't be added in. Straight up price increase is legit. I think you're wrong on this. Hey, no problem, Mark. This is what it's for, buddy. This is an open discussion. I think you're wrong on this. Why should the middleman business have to eat the cost of the debit cards? Is that what you're talking about, Mark? Why should we have to eat the cost? That's a great question, buddy. Should we have to eat the cost? Well, no, we shouldn't. But for me, and I'm in the video, just because I say I do something doesn't mean I'm right at all. All I can say is the way that I do it. And like I said, the reason we don't, because as a consumer, that aggravates me to go in and be charged for that, right or wrong. That just happens. If you want to add that, that those costs for using debit or credit, go for it. But as for me, it just sorry, I got a gnat in here or something. That just aggravates me as a consumer, and I don't want to aggravate my customers. And where I'm at, concession stands, we get a ton of repeat business because guys are there, guys and gals and kids are there for tournaments and league games week in and week out. Last thing I want to do is upset the apple cart when I have repeat customers week after week. I personally have no problem absorbing that cost. For me, it's a cost of doing business. For other people, they may not feel that way. And it's okay, Mark. You want to do it that way, buddy? Hey, that's your business. And that's the beautiful thing about our country and this business is we can run our businesses the way we see fit, and we just use each other and bounce ideas off each other to better ourselves and our businesses, right? That's it. So thank you, Mark, for dropping that in there. And guys, if I'm wrong on something and you feel I'm wrong, I got no problem with it. Not at all. Correct, Mike. Offending a one-time customer is fine. Maybe. But definitely I'm not offending my repeats. No way. I'll eat the cost. I'll make 10, 20 times, off those customers. I can only imagine if I upset them with that. Okay, let's see what else we got going here. I use POS system. I automatically charge customers 3% of sale. Okay, Chad, that's fine. Like I said, there's nothing wrong. Just the way that I do it, and that's all I can speak on in the way that I run my company. You want to add them to it? Do it, buddy. Do I charge taxes? It's up to you. I mean, my prices are kind of based upon taxes. All that's incorporated when we price our menu. So I guess in a way we do. We could, we basically put, I don't do this. But I lemonade is $5. I have it on the menu with tax. Now it's $5.37. I don't do that. I have a standard price that we make at the beginning of the season, and we carry it all the way through. And taxes, cost of goods, labor, all that is incorporated into my pricing structure before we put out our first menu. So do we charge for taxes? Yeah. But I don't add it at the time of sale, if that makes sense. I don't like that as a customer either. I want to see a flat fee. I want to know what I'm paying when I am purchasing a product. Okay, see what else we got here. Why shouldn't we charge for ice? Just include it as your cost price accordingly. My 2 cents. What do you mean charge for ice, Hector? I guess you have to tell me, like, you're going to charge extra for ice in your lemonade? Help me out, Hector. What do you mean by that? Go ahead and drop that in the comments so we can discuss that, buddy. Refills? Yeah, I charge $3 for refills as well, as long as I bring back the cup, of course, just like Steve does there. Steve and I think a lot alike. We also think a lot different as well. But yeah, so we're right on the same page. Steve and I are there. And no, we didn't collaborate on our pricing structure or anything. We do talk on occasion. But yeah. Thanks for sharing. Life Learner, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Okay, Life Learner says, what type of shave ice do I buy to get started? Oh, man. I got a great shaved ice machine. It's a Viver. Extremely affordable. And I get heck from all the shaved ice groups I'm in for using a Viver. Life Lesson, if you go to my YouTube channel, I have a video about shaved ice on a budget and another shaved ice video. I have the link to that machine in my video, so check that out. But it's a Viver machine. I don't know the maker model. It's on my video. You have to go look at my video. This machine's like $200, okay? And because I don't have a big $4,000 snowy, shaved ice machine, I get heck, all kinds of heck from the shaved ice vendors. Guys, I'm never going to talk about how much money we make or don't make, but we do a lot of volume. Me personally, I would consider a very heavy volume at a couple of our locations. And we have sold thousands upon thousands upon thousands of shaved ice, and that machine is not dummy wrong. And it's $200. Takes cubed ice. I got ice machines in my concession stands already, so I just put the cube ice in a hopper, and away we go. It works great for us. Oh, we got the same hairline? Yep, my hair's getting a little long here. Yep, my son graduates college tomorrow. She told me I was going to cut it. She told me not to cut it before his graduation. So I am rolling. I'm rolling like this tomorrow to one of my boys' college graduation. Everyone wants me to get a Swan machine. Yeah, Life Learner. Thank you, Life Learner. Check this out. I love what you said here. Everyone wants you to get a Swan machine. Costs way too much for my budget. Life Learner. Then don't get it. Don't allow any other vendor to tell you what kind of equipment you can or can't afford. If it is out of your budget, you can work your way up to that machine if you choose. Start off with a very affordable ice snow shaver, and if you want to get one of those, build up to it, save your money, and then buy one. But man, I don't see the need for it. Honestly, I do great with these Viver machines. I do great with them, and they're very affordable. So let everyone, we have purists, right? In all of our trades. We have guys that say, you have to use this equipment, you have to use syrup, or fresh fruit in my case. You have to use this, you have to use that, you have to, you don't have to do anything. And I'm a very big proponent of having very small amount of overhead, as small as possible. So, small amount of overhead, we just maximum earning potential, right? Why would you waste so much money on that overhead when you don't have to? I don't know why you would. I don't. I don't care what they make fun of me all the time in those groups for having this machine. Yeah. They can make fun of me all they want as I'm making 100,000 snow cones a year off a $200 machine. Okay. Here's another thing. I made a video about this a couple weeks ago, maybe. It wasn't even really directly related to food vending. It was more about how I personally have different streams of revenue coming in from different sources to form a river. And us as vendors have one thing that we can really utilize, right? Our equipment. I rent out and I rent out my equipment. We've done this for many years. Now, fortunate enough to have concession stands with youth sports parks that they want to have like a team party and they want snow cones or popcorn. I'll rent a popcorn machine or this and that. Dayspring, I'll get to that in just a minute, and I got an answer for you. But hold on, let me finish this. You have something valuable that people can use. So I would put that on my signage that you can rent your equipment, and they can do little parties. And while you're down, while you're not working, make revenue from renting your equipment if it's feasible to you, right? So renting equipment is a great way to make extra money in our business of equipment that's just sitting there. If you're not working or have a job that particular weekend or whatever, it's great. So renting equipment is a great way to make extra money. Dayspring says, I'm struggling to see how offering refills at a cheaper price would increase sales. If you had a group of 3 customers, for about 2, back for 1 refill. What you're doing, Dayspring, with this is look, if you charge full price, let's just say, $5 for a lemonade and no refills on that, and they come back on another one for $5, you may, but probably not, maybe get that second one. Okay, we all know what our cost is on lemonade. Okay, we're talking. We want we want volume. Okay, we want to come away today with the most money possible. So in order to do that, if you offer refills, someone that may not want to come back to buy another one for $5, if you offer a refill, as long as they bring back the cup, of course, at half price, which I know that cup, what's it cost you 10 cents or something, whatever. That's not the point. The point is they bring back the cup, show they like it so much, you make them a new one, you put it in the cup or whatever. That's what we do anyway. We just make the lemonade, pour it right into the cup. That's another $3 we probably would not have gotten if we didn't offer refills. And I've had multiple people come back through the years because we offer refills. We get more revenue at the end of the day than had we not offered it. There's times we haven't offered it. And when you compare them, you do an event this year, write in your little notebook, temperature, attendance, all that stuff, log, like you should be doing anyway. Logging all your events, how much you made, your gross, your net, all that, right? Log everything. And in your little notebook, put the temperature, whether you offered refills or what you didn't. And I think you will see that you will make more net and gross revenue at the end of the day when you offer refills for half price. Because people are liable to come back. Liable. My Missouri, half northern, half southern accent is catching me off here. They're liable to come back and buy another product from you if you offer this, right? We all know what we're paying for our product. $3 for a refill, you're still doing well. Not great, but you're still doing well. You got an extra customer. Now, what if they came back with 3 or 4 refills that they wouldn't have even bought a second one had you charged full price? And you're taking business away from other vendors that are at the event as well, increasing your lines, making you look busier than you really are, causing your line to get longer. It's a whole bunch of reasons to add refills. I hope, Daysprings, you at least contemplate it and think maybe about offering refills and the business logic behind why I do it. I think I missed some things here. Hector says, as for Mark, I agree with you not to charge separate fee for credit card usage. If you want, just charge a little more for your drinks. Yeah. Hector, you're right. Charge the hard price, right? Make it across the board. Don't charge extra. Don't exclude the, the card people. people that carry cards. We all know we want cash. We're not going to say here on the YouTube why we want cash. We know we want cash more than cards, my friends. That's for sure, right? But yeah, yeah. If you must charge extra for the credit cards, just put it at the hard price. I agree, Hector. I totally agree, buddy. Absolutely. Hopefully you're still watching because we're getting long here. Oh, thanks, Dave Springs. Yeah. So yeah, buddy. Hope that makes sense and why you should at least contemplate it and let it marinate around the old brain and see if that resonates with you. If you're like, you know what, maybe I could make more revenue if I did that. Edgar, I loved it, man. Yeah. Why charge? Why alienate a customer base, right? Why not just put in a hard cost for it? I don't do the hard cost, but to each your own, right? Nothing wrong with it. We're getting on an hour here. I am done with all the topics that I have written down. If you have anything else you want to add to the discussion, now is the time before we get out of here. How often do I go live? When I get time. I don't have a set schedule, Life Learner. Extremely busy this time of year. The only reason I was able to do it tonight was because I'm going to my son's graduation and college graduation. Then we're having a party for him at the house. I'm actually not working at any of our locations tomorrow, so I am not working tonight. I went and did a bunch of prep work today during the day. So I had some time tonight to do it. I had to ask the boss, my wife, make sure we had nothing else going on, and said, hey, I got an hour. Can I do this live stream? Got nothing going on. Sure. Please keep your TV down, honey, in the other room. And she is being very, very courteous. So the whole house is keeping it quiet, so I can do this. So how often do I go live? Whenever I can. And then I just try to put it out a day or two when I know I'm going to be available and try to get a group on together so we can all discuss. I thank you for the compliment, Life Learner. I appreciate that. But if you want to know when I go live, definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the bell for notifications. I'll usually put it, God bless you too, Life Learner. Thank you. I'll put it in the community chat in my YouTube, so everyone who's a subscriber can at least see that. And then I'll start putting it in the various Facebook groups. And we also, like I said, we have a Discord. It's my server. I started it, but we include all kinds of food vendors to come in there and have really, really good discussion. So like I said, once this video uploads to YouTube, usually takes, I don't know, anywhere from 10 minutes to a couple hours, just depending on how YouTube feels. I will put it in the comments. So go back and look for that on how to get to our Discord server. Unless Steve wanted to drop the invite link in here now, he can do that. I can't, Steve, currently with everything I got going on here. Hey, Chad, no problem. Chad is I don't know how many of you know this, because I only made one video about it. And I didn't advertise this video anywhere, Discord, social media sites, nothing. I had a contest where if you commented, consult me please, on every video I posted for a month, I'll put your name into a random spinner and I would do my business consultation with you. Chad's name came up and he won. So Chad and I are going to work together next week. And I don't know much about Chad's business. He's going to let me know everything beforehand, what he does, goals, dreams, hopes, all that. And we're going to get together and I'm going to help Chad take his business to another level. We hope. Jeffrey, what's up, buddy? If you're just now joining us, you got a whole hour to catch up on when this uploads and whenever. And 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, however long that is. Thank you so much, Jay Springer, time experience, generous of you to help answer our questions. Look, guys, I hardly make anything on YouTube. I made 38 cents last month. I'm not doing anything on YouTube to make money. I am very passionate about this business. It changed my life and my family's life forever. I've created a legacy business. Now my kids can have a business that they can call their own. I even got some that do kettle corn and do squeezed lemonade and snow cone, and they do our satellite. You know, they do. Well, I'm doing concession stands. They're doing events out in the public, right? I created a my wife. I don't say I. That sounds very egotistical. We, my family, we created a massive business, and I'm so passionate about it. And honestly, if I can help change people's lives like it changed mine, that's what I want to do. I feel that is, I don't want to say it's my calling, but I do want to help people immensely. And I want to help change people's lives so that people who are living paycheck to paycheck like I was before starting a food business can have an amazing life of financial freedom through the food business. So everyone, please give Steve a thank you for moderating and helping ask the question. Steve, I'm about to get off here too, buddy. I really, really appreciate you, Steve, more than you know, buddy. And Steve has a very sexy Southern accent, if you have not heard that man talk. Anyway, I am going to get out of here. If you want to rewatch it, it'll be uploaded in 10, 15, 20 minutes on my YouTube channel. Please watch it again. If you want to get the content, watch my other content videos. Join our Discord server. Join some of the Facebook groups so some of these guys are a part of, where we collaborate and talk a lot together to build each other up and make each of our businesses more successful. As for now, the season of concessions is out.